continue to work on, particularly coverage teams, but overall, just a really good team effort.
Yeah, to your left, coach.
Yes, sir.
Was there a moment during the week where you started seeing things coming together and you kind of realized that, okay, this isn't going to be a letdown this week?
I just, what we did in January, and I guess the best way to explain it, we really switched where our motivation came from. The motivation was not provided externally for our program. It wasn't about any outside element just helping to get us up. We made everything, we built it internally from the inside out. And I think when you do that, regardless of how tough the moment gets, there should be enough built in there to help propel you, to help you dig yourself out when you're not feeling, so well after a tough one. So, and it did come to surface right away. It did. That Sunday practice following last week, it came to surface right away. And it came in the form of our leadership council, our leaders. And, those guys really are impactful. They certainly were immensely impactful with the guys on our team. And so practice was very intense and very physical. We did a lot of good on good like we always do. And we knew that coming on the road was going to be a tough deal. We knew it was going to be a challenge. We knew that they're a good football team. So I think, again, it wasn't anything in the locker room or anything pregame. It was Sunday through Friday is what it was.
Aiden, second row, straight ahead.
Coach, what did it mean to see CJ have the performance that he did after the fumble last week?
Very happy for him. Quite honestly, expected. We know what kind of a competitor he is, and there's no fear in him, and we completely trust him as we do Travis. I know Travis is probably beating himself up a little bit in that locker room, and they're two freshmen, and that's okay. They've earned the opportunity to go. Tony Brooks-James I know he returned some kickoffs, but it was a little bit gimpy where we thought it would be difficult for him to carry the ball on a down-by-down basis. So just proud of him, proud of Travis, and the offensive line did some good things up front too.
Go back left, John.
Yeah, after the Stanford game, you talked to your guys about not letting it beat you twice.
That's right.
What did you tell them here for this one?
Well, there kind of comes a point in time is for every team to either grow up or not. And, gosh, I have a really long sheet of paper with all the things that we spoke about, but we really emphasized, John, talking about playing with passion and eliminating the roller coaster of emotions, and how emotion is something that is probably more related to the fans, and how passion is more about waking up every morning and wanting to be the best competitor that you possibly could be, having the most driven mindset that you could possibly have, and also understanding that we were just going to cut emotions out of it completely, but that we were going to completely understand what it is like not to look at the scoreboard or the clock and play every single down as hard as we can for 60 minutes. So it was really simple. Jordan spoke to the team today. It was great. Shane spoke to the team yesterday. He was on point. There really was not much to be said, but a lot to do, and thankfully we did it tonight.
We're the next two to your right. First with James, then Matt.
Did you really lean on Travis more than you have to this point? What do you see in making that decision tonight? What do you see from this performance?
Well, two things. He was part of the rotation as it is, but also CJ tweaked his MCL a little bit. You saw him on the sideline after that. He had some ice on, but we don't think it's anything serious. But it was enough to kind of hobble him a little bit. We couldn't have guys at half speed out there tonight. Travis has done a great job since the day he's gotten here. That's a pretty good bloodline of football players, I would say. Those guys know how to play. They can be trusted in clutch situations, and Travis, he showed up big, and we're going to continue to depend on him.
Matt.
What do you make of Dylan Mitchell? Seems like 2 weeks in a row he's had really good games. Is he kind of emerging? What do you expect from him?
You can ask Dylan. The key to him these past couple games is how he has been practicing the last 3 weeks. He has really just taken it upon himself. I can't tell you how proud I am, the coaching staff, is of him. His family was here last week and got to see him, but it really, I know you guys don't get to see all the practice, so I don't know how much it means to me talking about it, but the last couple weeks, 3 weeks to be exact in practice, he's just been relentless about his approach to everything, the details of his craft, and it's showing up on game day, and certainly the quarterback trusts him more and more, so we'll continue to expand that role and the others.
Just your right again, Bree.
Well, I think you got to give a lot of credit to him and to Marcus Arroyo. Those two guys, they're hard to. I don't think I've seen them apart for more than 5 minutes. Justin and Coach Arroyo, really good game plan. And Justin, you're going to hear me say it every single week. He just continues to elevate his game. He sees it. He sees the whole field. He sees the whole field. He's a great decision maker. He does not get duped into disguised coverage. And tonight was going to be a challenge because, as you know, they really change the picture on you on defense. I mean, they go from split safety to single high to they bring that sonic blitz, the Sam and the strong safety. They'll bring the corner and the will off the edge, and that picture changes in a hurry, and he's got to make a split-second decision. And I got to believe he was on point 99% of the time today, so just another impressive showing by Justin.
We go 3 straight to your left. Start with Jason.
Yeah, Coach, this is a whole different ballgame without this defense. Starting on the opening drive, the goal line stand inside the 10, and then a couple in the red zone, and another goal line stand, and then a pick in the 2 defensive touchdown. What can you say about the D? This is the kind of stuff you need in the Pac-12, right?
Doing a great job. You gotta, all these games are going to come down to being able to play as a team, and in real critical moments, the defense stood up and did a great job. I mean, there's no bigger momentum swing, right, than a pick six, right? Anything of that nature when you could, I mean, essentially what is it? It's a 14-point swing, especially when they're marching, right? So can't say enough about Ugo. Can't say enough about those guys just continuing to fight, even when their backs were against the wall down there, the 4th down stop. Those things, they really helped change the ball game, and they did a great job tonight.
Right.
Lamar in the first half.
Yeah.
Scooping, running.
Oh, yeah. It shows you how fast he is, right? I mean, he took off with that thing. Wait till I find out who got the penalty on the sideline. They better run faster when we get back.
Ryan.
Mario, were you aware that McElwain was that kind of a rusher, and just how did you feel about him being really the only guy that got loose?
Oh, yeah, I've seen him before. I was at another place where we kind of did some recruiting on those parts of the country. I knew exactly what he was about. He hit us on some big runs. He hit us on the touchdown, I believe, the early quarterback draw, and then they called it again a couple of times. I know they ran the ball. You know what? They probably ran the ball a little better than most teams have run against us, but there's a give and a take as well. So I don't. Overall the defense, they played a real strong game, and when they were trying to stretch the field both horizontally and vertically, we played real good coverage. We played really good coverage, and not only the over-the-top guys, the safeties, but I thought the nickels did a good job. I thought the corners had a much better game as well. I mean, those are, I know they only get tagged and kind of notice when they get beat, but I mean, it's hard to defend those fades again and again and again. And sometimes a pass interference is not a bad penalty. Sometimes if you're beat and you feel like they're going to make a play and score, that you got to use it. So I know a couple of those showed up, but I think all those guys, their continued work and dedication to their craft is showing up.
Tyson. To your left, Coach.
Both Ugo and Troy played in a game in the stadium 2 years ago. I believe it was 52 points that
Yes.
they allowed. Do you get a sense from those 2 guys who both made plays for you down the stretch, how much it kind of means to those 2 guys playing in games like this where you can lean on the defense and it's not a liability like it had been early in their careers?
Well, I know one thing. Last year when we went on the road in conference, again, the average margin of defeat was, I believe, 25 points, maybe more. Okay, so this was, I've only been here a year, so when we get in the locker room, are we supposed to sing on the road or not sing on the road? That's how foreign that feeling was. So, man, it's such a big moment for these guys. It's such a, besides it being, and again, tremendous respect for Coach Wilcock and his team because he does a great job. And that's one of the better coaches you'll find. And he had his team prepared, but to come on the road and to be able to do that's a monumental, strong, just powerful shift for our team and our program to be able now to get something like that accomplished. It's been a while, It's been a while, and we'll enjoy it for the plane ride back. We get home really, really late, so by the time they finish their Klondike bars and their TV dinners, we'll be landing and taking a nap and getting up and getting ready to go for the next one.
We got time for a few more. We're going to go to the right. Matt first.
2 weeks in a row, you guys have scored 7 points offensively in the second half. Is there any concerns or any you're not doing differently?
Well, we turned the ball over, and that was a big one. I think that right there was we took the ball the first half or the first drive of the second half, had the big run, and scored. And then I believe the second one, please correct me if I'm wrong, was the second one the fumble after that. And then the third drive, Dylan, who played a great game, had a very uncharacteristic drop. So I think those things right there, I don't think you see a flaw in terms of what we're doing. We didn't execute as well as we did in the first half. I mean, Travis has a 6-yard run, the ball comes out. Dylan on the 3rd down, he's going to have a 1st down, but the ball comes out. And then that last drive there, we're trying to take the air out of the ball, and they overloaded it, playing some cover 0. We thought we could pop a run in there, so we just kind of ate up some clock and aired it out. So we need to execute better. We certainly are going to keep trying to find ways to, provide just more easy access plays for our team. But no, I think we're on the right stuff.
You view them as correctable mistakes.
Oh, without a doubt. I think you saw him. You saw the drop, you saw the fumble. So I don't think there's any reason to panic there.
Last two to the right, we're going to go Jack and then James.
Defensively and then non-conference play, you guys had to prepare for 2 quarterback systems. Do you feel like that went into this week, guys maybe a little more comfortable knowing they had
3 quarterbacks, really,
Yeah, 3 quarterbacks.
right? 3 different quarterbacks, 3 different styles. But that's why you log your reps in the springtime and fall camp, because you're going to see so many different kinds of schemes and so many different kinds of players out there that all those cumulative reps, they end up paying off in a game like this.
Last one, James.
All right, you get an update on Austin, also Carlberg steps in for him.
Yeah.
Makes that fumble happen there early, obviously a pretty big play from him, what you see from him.
Yeah, Austin, we thought he had a chance to make it. Obviously, he wasn't able to make it. Actually did not make the trip. Him, Jake Breland, I know I'm going off a little bit here, but so you have the information on the injuries. Jake Breland, in pregame warm-up, we felt he would be ready in an emergency if we needed him. And Tony Brooks James, who returned kickoffs, but boy, we didn't do much after that. Carlberg, for 2 consecutive weeks, has really shown that he's going to be a tremendous factor for us going forward. I mean, the guy, you saw him, he plays with tremendous passion, relentless, just effort guy, high motor guy, and he's a big dude now. He's on his way to 290 pounds. He does a great job coming out of his hips, uses his hands well, and he's slippery. He's got some fast twitch, movement to him, great balance and body control, finds his way in the backfield, and causes a lot of disruptive plays. So really proud of him and fired up to have him, especially in a situation like this where, Austin was not with us.
All right, thanks, Coach. Thanks, everybody.
All right, guys, thank you.
We'll bring the student athletes in.